This disclaimer image establishes the channel's mission to help busy home cooks break down complicated recipes into simple visual step-by-step guides. The legal disclaimer ensures transparency about recipe sources and viewer responsibility. The best squash lasagna, a rich, creamy fall lasagna featuring roasted kabocha squash in two forms, a silky puree blended with cream cheese, butter, and maple syrup, plus caramelized cubes sautéed with Granny Smith apple and fresh sage, layered with a nutty gruyère béchamel white sauce and tender no-boil noodles, then baked until golden and bubbly. Warm spices of cinnamon and nutmeg tie everything together for the ultimate autumn comfort dish. Serves 8-10. Here is the written ingredient list for the best squash lasagna recipe guide. Here's everything you'll need to make this incredible squash lasagna. Don't worry, most of these are everyday pantry staples. For the squash filling, you'll grab one whole kabocha squash, sometimes called Japanese pumpkin. Look for the dark green squat one at the store. You'll also need 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 4 ounces of cream cheese, that's half a standard block, 1 large egg, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup for a touch of sweetness, a pinch of ground cinnamon, and 4 teaspoons of freshly grated nutmeg. Salt and pepper rounded out. For the sautéed squash and apple mix, set aside 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 Granny Smith apple, the tart green kind, peel it and dice it into small cubes, and 2 tablespoons of fresh sage minced up nice and fine. For the gruyère white sauce, you'll need another 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3 cups of whole milk, and 8 ounces of grated gruyère cheese. Gruyère is that nutty, slightly sweet Swiss-style cheese. It melts beautifully. For assembly, pick up a box of no-boil lasagna noodles. You'll use 15 sheets, and grate an extra 4 ounces of gruyere for the golden bubbly topping. Before we turn on the oven, let's get everything prepped and ready to go. This makes the cooking part so much smoother. First, take your kabocha squash and carefully cut it into quarters. Scoop out all the seeds with a spoon. You can save those for roasting later if you like. 3 of those quarters will get roasted whole. The 4th one you'll cut into small 1/2-inch cubes. Next, peel your Granny Smith apple and dice it into pieces about the same size as the squash cubes. Having them similar in size means they'll cook evenly together. Then mince your 2 cloves of garlic and finely chop 2 tablespoons of fresh sage leaves. Fresh sage has a wonderful earthy aroma. It's really the signature flavor of this dish. Now for the cheese, grate all 12 ounces of gruyere at once. Keep 8 ounces in one pile for the white sauce and 4 ounces in another for the topping. Doing this ahead saves you from scrambling later. Finally, lay your 15 no-boil lasagna noodles flat in the 9x13 casserole dish and cover them with cold water. Let them soak for about 30 minutes while you work on everything else. Give them a gentle shuffle every now and then so they don't stick together. When they're done soaking, lay them out on clean kitchen towels and pat them dry. This step is key. It ensures your lasagna won't end up dry or unevenly cooked. Alright, everything is prepped. Now the fun begins. We'll work through 6 clear steps, and before you know it, you'll have a gorgeous lasagna in the oven. Step 1. Roast the squash. Set your oven to 325 SV. Rub those 3 squash quarters with olive oil, season them with salt and pepper, and place them cut side down on a foil-lined baking sheet. Roast for about 45 minutes. You'll know they're done when a knife slides right through the flesh with zero resistance. Pull them out and let them cool enough to handle. Crank the oven up to 400 SV for later. Step 2. Make the puree. Scoop the soft roasted squash flesh out of the skins and drop it into your food processor. Add the egg, cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of butter, maple syrup, cinnamon, and half the nutmeg. Blitz it until it's completely smooth and creamy, no lumps at all. Transfer it to a bowl. Step 3. Sauté the squash and apple. Melt 2 tablespoons of butter in a large skillet over high heat. Once the foaming dies down, toss in your diced squash and apple cubes. Let them cook for about 10 minutes, stirring and flipping frequently until they're nicely browned and tender. Season with salt and pepper, stir in the minced sage, and move everything to a bowl. Step 4. Make the white sauce. In a medium saucepan, melt the last 2 tablespoons of butter with the minced garlic over medium heat just until it smells amazing, about a minute. Whisk in the flour and keep stirring for 2 minutes until it turns a pale blonde color and smells nutty. Now here's the important part. Add the milk very slowly in a thin stream, whisking the entire time. Don't rush this. Once it's all in, bring it to a boil and whisk hard until it thickens up. Take it off the heat, stir in the 8 ounces of gruyère until melted and smooth, then season with the remaining nutmeg, salt and pepper. If you spot any lumps, a quick buzz with an immersion blender fixes everything. Step 5. Assemble the lasagna. Spread about ifthif of white sauce across the bottom of your baking dish. Lay down 3 noodles, then spread ifthif of the squash puree, followed by ifthif of sautéed squash apple mixture and another ifthif of white sauce. Repeat this layering 3 more times. For the very top layer, place your last 3 noodles, spread the remaining puree, sprinkle the reserved 4 ounces of gruyère over everything and drizzle the last of the white sauce on top. Step 6. Bake it. Cover the dish tightly with aluminum foil and bake at 400 SV for 20 minutes. The foil